What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, and I'm back. Yes, indeed. I'm Brian Redmond, and this is the Relationship Rehab. And on tonight, yes, as they say in the church, on tonight, we have a really good show for you. It is what it is, man. But thank God for Rumble. That's all I can say, man. And if you have not, please go subscribe to my Rumble, because this here ain't promised. And also, subscribe to the Guru and the Whore over on Rumble too. Tommy and I about to start doing our show again. Yeah. When are we as black folks? Everybody talk about when black community gonna ever come together. When black folks gonna ever get it right. Will black folks ever be able to overcome? Oh, he been saying that shit for 40 years since I've been around. I think it needs to be a little bit more basic than that. I know this may be a shocker. But when are we as black folks just gonna treat each other with respect? When are we gonna treat each other with respect? How do I better myself? It's by doing the work myself. I need to work on myself. By changing myself. How do I better my people? I need to change the thought process and the thought patterns of our people. Period. That's just what it is. Period. That's just what it is. I don't think that the social engineers were able to see it this far, but the idea and the premise to say, hey, if we can get the main decision maker and the leader out of the home, then we as the government can essentially control this group of people. And that's just something that has been factual with just society. When the man is not in charge of the home, when the man is not present in the home, then it leaves the family vulnerable. It just does. And so I believe that was done purposely for a position of control. What racist system is holding back the 3 black mayors? 3 black mayors. They don't fucking care. They let these niggas run over the streets. They let these niggas. I'm just saying. What system is holding back the mayor of Chicago? What racist system is holding back the mayor of New York? You tell me. Fill me in. Let me know what racist system got these mayors held back. Ain't none. And let me end wrap up with this, and I'm going to throw my cigar. Take. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy. I'm back. Yes, indeed. I'm Brian Redmond, and this is the Relationship Rehab. And on tonight, yes, as they say in the church, on tonight, we have a really good show for you. It is what it is, man. But thank God for Rumble. That's all I can say, man. And if you have not, please go subscribe to my Rumble, because this here ain't promised. And also, subscribe to the Guru and the Whore over on Rumble too. Tommy and I about to start doing our show again. Yeah. When are we as black folks? Everybody talk about when black community gonna ever come together. When black folks gonna ever get it right. Will black folks ever be able to overcome? Oh, you been saying that shit for 40 years since I've been around. I think it needs to be a little bit more basic than that. I know this may be a shocker. But when are we as black folks just gonna treat each other with respect? When are we gonna treat each other with respect? How do I better myself? It's by doing the work myself. I need to work on myself by changing myself. How do I better my people? I need to change the thought process and the thought patterns of our people. Period. That's just what it is. Period. That's just what it is. I don't think that the social engineers were able to see it this far, but the idea and the premise to say, hey, if we can get the main decision maker and the leader out of the home, then we as the government can essentially control this group of people. And that's just something that has been factual with just society. When the man is not in charge of the home, when the man is not present in the home, then it leaves the family vulnerable. It just does. And so I believe that was done purposely for a position of control. What racist system is holding back the 3 black mayors? 3 black mayors. They don't fucking care. They let these niggas run over the streets. They let these niggas. I'm just saying. What system is holding back the mayor of Chicago? What racist system is holding back the mayor of New York? You tell me. Fill me in. Let me know what racist system got these mayors held back. Ain't none. And let me end wrap up with this, and I'm going to throw my thing out. Thanks. And add to the stage. There we go. Yo, it's your boy Brian, and we are back one more again for another episode of the Relationship Rehab. On tonight, I'm going to try to dive right in and hit this show. And we're going to talk about a couple things. The shooting of Sidney Wilson by Fairfax County Sheriff's Department. And also we're going to talk about the 21-foot rule for those of you who may not know about it or have never heard me talk about it. So we're going to discuss that. But first, I want to go ahead and bring in this short video here that kind of like gives a synopsis of what took place. Let's go.
Tonight at police body camera video showing the chaotic moments a Fairfax County officer was attacked.
It happened last month at an apartment in Reston, Virginia. A police officer shot Sidney Wilson after she allegedly attacked the officer with a knife. The body cam video shows what happened after the officer knocked on Wilson's door to perform a welfare check.
We want to warn you, this video is disturbing. Now, we're going to freeze it before the officer is slashed, but you're going to hear the sound of gunshots. News 4's Paul Wagner with the story.
Just after 10 a.m. on Monday, September 16th, a uniformed officer, a 14-year veteran, knocked on Sidney Wilson's apartment door in Reston. As the officer identifies himself, Wilson suddenly slams the door shut. The officer then knocks again, And 2 minutes later, Wilson opens the door and begins to attack the officer with a knife. She slashes him a few times on the face before the officer is able to pull his weapon and retreat down the hallway.
Back up! Back up!
The officer fires 3 times before radioing that shots have been fired and he needs help.
Single one. Shots fired.
Within minutes, a plainclothes officer is on scene and begins performing CPR. At a news conference this afternoon, Fairfax County Police Chief Kevin Davis said the unnamed officer did what he could to de-escalate the situation, but could not retreat any further down the hallway when he fired.
It could have been much, much, much worse. The slash wound he received was at the top of his forehead.
Davis says in welfare checks like these, officers usually respond with a mental health co-responder. But on this day, there wasn't one available, something Davis says he's thankful for since the co-responder could have been badly hurt as well.
Clinicians absolutely expose themselves to an element of danger anytime they get out of that police car and go up to a door or a scene or a crash or an outdoor scenario with a police officer, and there's an element of risk associated with it.
In this case, Davis says he's not sure a co-responder could have made a difference. The officer remains on administrative duties as the investigation continues. In Fairfax County, Paul Wagner, News 4.
Yeah, buddy. There we go. So, by the way, I want to mention something too. If y'all see this fly-ass t-shirt I got on, this is a new clothing line by one of Chicago's most famous tailors, Taylor's Row. Shout out to my man Daddy-O. Y'all stop over at Taylor's Row on the south side of Chicago and pick yourself up some Row Fox gear. So let me go ahead and I'm going to pull up the other video, which is right here. So this is the actual video of the police call, right? So essentially what we have is there was a woman who's actually going on a call. I mean, well, there's a woman who I guess is having some type of mental issue, right? And somebody, I guess, related to her or somebody that knows her put in a call to have a welfare check done. So pretty much a welfare check is basically saying, hey, this person may not be answering their phone, or this person may be speaking very erratic on the phone or something like that. It might be something weird. So they want you to go to this person's house just to check on them to see if they're okay, right? Very, very popular call, happens quite a bit. And usually it could be something where you can have anything from somebody who's actually, worst case scenario, somebody who's actually dead, or it could just be somebody who, hey, phone was off the hook, or phone was dead, that's why they ain't been answering, or it could be something to where they're sick, whatever the case may be. There's a whole gambit of different things that can happen on a welfare check. However, one of the more, I would say, common issues in a welfare check is you have somebody that's mentally disturbed. Somebody who, in what we would call in layman's terms, a crazy motherfucker. And now when you're dealing with this, there's only so much that you can do as a police officer, and there's only so many ways this can go, right? It's not a thing to where, oh, you can save everyone. Nope. This is my problem that I have with people who call the police to take care of their mentally unstable relatives. This is not their job. It is not the police job to go take care of your relatives. And I'm going to say something that's shocking to you all, but if you don't want the police to wind up shooting your kinfolk, your loved ones, your friend, your cousin, your wonderful relative, your sister, your brother, your mother, your auntie, all that, stop calling the police to go check on your crazy relatives. You need to go. You need to go and deal with your crazy ass auntie. You need to go deal with your crazy ass uncle, your crazy brother, your crazy mother, your crazy grandma, whoever the fuck it is that you know takes medication or should be on medication and is crazy than a motherfucker. The last thing you want to do is call the police Because what will usually happen is the police will be put in a situation like this and your loved one will get shot to death. The only other option for you is to go over there, and if you got money, you go over there with some mental health responders. And this is one of those things where I always say this too, this is where the government is failing the country. There should not be an instance where some state or city does not have a multitude of mental health institutions for these types of people. Whether you want to call them mental health rehabilitation clinics, crazy houses, insane asylums, whatever the fuck you want to call them. If you have someone who is not able to function in society and is a potential danger to himself or others, they do need to be locked up getting medical treatment. That's just what it is. Because when you don't, this is what happens. You have a person who could potentially be off their meds, could have had some type of mental breakdown, some type of mental episode, or just today could be the day that they just lost their shit and said, fuck it, I'm giving up on life and I won't be here no more. There's a spectrum of things that could occur that can get someone to this point. However, putting our law enforcement officers in clear and present known danger is very problematic when it comes to this. And unfortunately, and people ain't gonna like this, to the police officers, you all have got to stop overthinking things. Because that's why this officer's hurt. He's overthinking in the moment, and it almost cost him his life. Let's go.
How are you?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
See that?
Oh, back up! No! Over here! Back up, back up. Over here!
Now, that's the second time she answered the door. Right? And here's the thing. He was lucky in that regard right there to where he got free. He was able to create some distance. My thing is this. When you going for a wellness check, when you go and knock on anybody's door, police officers, I don't know why I keep seeing this. Well, I do know why I keep seeing this. You all have got to stop being lackadaisical on these calls. Just because you go to 15 or 20 of them in a day don't mean that you need to stop approaching it like the worst scenario possible is about to happen. You knock on the door whenever I went and did a wellness check or something like that, every time I would go, you bang on the door and you take 3 to 5 steps back up off that door. You don't even stand directly in front of the door. How many times has a motherfucker just shot through a door and hit a police officer? You don't stand at the door. You knock, boom, 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 police, and you take 3 to 5 steps back. Or you step off to the side. Don't stand right in the middle of that door. And then when you hear someone at the door, you need to be ready for whatever may come the fuck out. Crazy person with a gun, person with a knife, person with a dog, whatever the case may be. You have to be ready for that. Stop being so lackadaisical because you sleeping or you hesitating could wind up your ass dying right then and there. And you being killed by a person that didn't necessarily intend on killing you, but because it was you that answered the door, your number got called. That's just it. And here's the 21-foot rule for those of you who may not know. And this has been tried and true and tested and proven correct. Within 21 feet, you can go and get your tape measure and count out 21 feet. If you're in a office building or something and you see the little 12-inch tiles on the floor, counting out 21 of those, and that's your 21 feet. A person who has a knife and a person who has a gun 21 feet away, 21 feet away. That person with the knife charging at that person with the gun can actually stab that person and even deliver a fatal blow in that 21-foot span before that person can draw their firearm and shoot. So that's why they tell you anybody that is within 21 feet of you, they have the ability to not only deliver a fatal blow, but more than likely, at the very least, odds are you're going to get stabbed or cut. At the very least. So you think, if I'm not at 21 feet and this person got a knife, I'm probably going to get stabbed. I'm probably going to get slashed, cut, whatever the case may be. Or even worse, they could deliver a fatal blow, like hitting the jugular vein, the femoral artery, or in midsection stomach or something like that. That will, if it doesn't kill me, it's going to cause me great bodily harm and possibly permanent damage. So just think, if it's not 21 feet, and let's just say it's 10, let's say it's 8, let's say it's 4, let's say it's 3. Imagine the amount of damage someone can cause to you in that close of a proximity within that distance, which is why whenever there is a person with a knife or a sharp object or something like that, something that can stab or poke or slice you, you need to unfortunately put them down, because that person has the ability to kill you or cause great bodily harm to you within that distance of 21 feet. So anything less than that, your chances of getting severely injured or killed, it substantially increases every foot that you go in closer past that 21 feet. So just watch this. And this officer literally almost bit the big one because he was fucking around and he almost found out. Because it's one of those things to where when you hesitate like this, if you hesitate, you wind up at the motherfucking heaven gate. Shout out to my boy Mac Love. Straight knock, welder check, right? He's off the door, which is a good thing, but he should still be a little further back. Like he's starting to back up.
I'm off salute.
Now she says something like, I can't something. That is right there, that type of unusual behavior. And no, this person isn't a psychologist. This person is not a psychiatrist, but that is not a normal response to someone who answers the door that is in perfect mental health. It's reminding me so much of Sonia Massey. It's the same stupid shit she did, talking about in the name of Jesus. Bitch, you start talking some in the name of Jesus shit to me with a pot of boiling water, I ain't playing with you. I'm not gonna play with you. And even though that officer had plenty of opportunity to create distance and to really back the fuck up and get the fuck up out of there, because if you go back and watch my breakdown in that video, he shouldn't have even been in that woman's house. He should have been gone. But he was officer doing too much and he fucked around and he's gonna find out. But when you get to this point here and you see that this woman does this, I'm immediately going to one. I'm immediately going to one when I see this. I'm like, man, what this bitch on? And may even unhost her. Like, hey, man, people don't normally do that and go to tuck ready. Like, hey, ma'am. Not, ma'am. But he's sitting there like, like nothing's going to happen or nothing can go wrong at this point, when you clearly see that this person is mentally unstable. No response. No, hold on a second. Let me change my clothes. Nothing. Knocks again. They're literally speeding up the time of them knocking at that door. Not what she does. How are you? Crazy shit, right? Right there. Bang, bang, bang. She already put her intentions forward when she sliced at him, when she swung the knife at him. He now has, I'd say, roughly about 15 feet between him. 15 feet, maybe 12 feet between him and her. Let's see if he fucked around and he's going to find out, because he's going to be stupid enough to let her close that distance with a fucking knife. And I don't know if this police department in Fairfax, Virginia teaches the 21-foot rule. If they don't, they damn sure need to start. How that's not a part of some police training to where you know what this is. This is what this rule is designed for. Because by this time, I'm squeezing. Trigger is pulled.
Back up, back up. Oh, yeah.
So he sees that she backs up. So he gave her a chance right there. Even though he ain't have to, in my opinion, I ain't playing with you. I got to go home. But he gave her a chance and she backed up. Now the next thing would be, bitch, drop the knife. Drop the fucking knife or I'm going to shoot and kill you. That's what I'm going to tell this woman. Nothing else. Drop the knife now or I am going to shoot you. What does he do? He's fucking around. And watch.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man. I got nothing to do. Please back up. Oh, yeah. Back up. Oh, yeah. Back up. Back up.
You hear? She's literally saying, oh, yeah. So now, I get it. She's crazy. She's mentally unstable, whatever you want to call it. In this moment right now, this man is in a fight for his life. The fact that she started coming towards him and did not drop that knife, he should have been shot her. And because he didn't, because he fucked around and tried to be Officer Nice Guy, this is why he got cut. Yeah.
Back up.
And what also you need to take notice of, just because you have that first shot, don't mean that the person's gonna stop. Because that was at least 3. So when you hear and see these videos of people say, he shot her 8 times, man, that's too many. Nope. Nope. There is no round limit to how many times somebody should get shot. Because you don't know when that person is going to stop. And you should keep shooting until that person drops. Whether that happens the first round or whether that happens the 13th round. There is no, oh man, that's too many times, man. Because as you can clearly see, them first 2, she was still swinging that knife.
Back up! Back up!
That's actually 4 or 5. That was 5.
531 bubble.
Now you're gonna see this nigga go into what I call SWV mode. Cause you're gonna see this blood down on me. Let your blood just shower me, just rain on me. Just rain down on me.
Single one.
Let your blood
Shots fired.
just fall like rain.
What is your location?
Look at that shit.
322.
Look at that shit.
Apartment 322. 11830. Sunrise Valley.
Look at that.
Start medic, please. The suspect's down.
Rain. Look at him.
I need medical too.
Yeah, you do need medical. Look at that shit. Melodies from heaven rain down on me. Rain down on me. This bitch done sliced up my face. Now there's blood coming down on me.
Are you on
It's coming down on me.
No, I'm in the hallway.
Look at that.
Direct.
Now, here's the bad part about this. Well, not the bad part, but here's the other part to think about. If she sliced him in the face, imagine if she hit his jugular. Imagine if she hit that jugular vein. You know that big fat motherfucker that be. If she would have hit that, I promise you that dude would have died right there with her ass. Because the time it's going to take for medical to get there on site and him trying to stop that blood coming from that jugular, bro, it's hard battle you fighting trying to do that. Look.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Man, you okay?
Now you can hear her. Ooh. That's what they call the death rattle. So when you hear that, them last few moments, when your clock is running out of time and the time taker is on his way. Shout out to the Ghetto Boys. That's what you'll hear. If you've ever been around somebody that's been shot or stabbed, in those last few moments, that's what it sounds like. They call that the death rattle. And that's just basically you taking your last few moments of life before you check on out. And next thing you know, you're on the Heavenly Express like Tom was in Tom and Jerry, going up that golden escalator.
Fight to the revolver. I need med kit, please.
There enough.
Now, right now, he's beginning to have that adrenaline dump. So, like, when he was all hyped up and moving, that's that adrenaline that's pumping and everything. But now, since things are calming down, he's beginning to have that dump. So he's now, your breathing starting to slow down a little bit. You're starting to get back your fine motor skills and all that kind of stuff. OODA loop is starting to subside, if you will. You can look up OODA loop if you don't know what that is. It started to subside, and now you're going back to your normal self. And that's why he wants to take a breather, take a knee, and the fact that he just got his fucking face slashed. He wants to sit out and call a timeout. That's what the fuck you really want to do. You know, when he was kids, you'd be like, time out, time out. That's what he want to do. Yeah, that's exactly what he wants to do. Jesus said, didn't nobody come out and see what was going on? Hell no. Nobody want to come out and see what's going on.
Just, can you get the ambulance and other officer to come here? They en route. Just make sure they come in the right direction.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
I already called. Just make sure they come out from the right elevator.
SOG1 on channel 5. Do we have anybody else standing?
Fucking around. Look at all this blood that's dripping. And this is just from his face being slashed. Yeah. Now, why he's still concerned about this big bitch laying in the hallway, I have no idea. Maybe it's just his compassion. But motherfucker try to kill me, I don't want to sit by you, sit across from you, sit next to you. I don't want to do none of that. Especially when you done got in a few licks with a knife and then slice me the fuck up. And I'm sitting here with the SWV going, letting the blood rain fall on me. I'm sorry, but no, I ain't got time for your ass. Nobody got time for that. I got bronchitis. I'm going to sit the fuck down somewhere, and I want to try to apply some pressure to my wounds. I don't want to be sitting here fucking around with your ass. No way.
Sir 4, 322.
So it's now he's really starting to feel the fact that he is injured and what has happened. It's now starting to like settle in, and that's why, like I said, he wants to sit down and take a time out. That's just naturally what happens. That's just naturally what happens when you go to a heightened state of emergency, and then when you're coming down off it, this is what goes on. You want to sit down, you want to chill. Once you done had that adrenaline dump and it's over, you want to sit down, check, get yourself together. I don't know where the fuck this music is coming from or who playing it, but what the fuck? How's this shit still playing after he's done that?
Are you okay?
And now the cavalry's arrived. And you see what time it is, right? This is 10:21. Now, let's go back. It's been about 5 minutes. Yep. There's about 5 minutes of time. Well, actually, no, it's more than that. If this is 10:21, let me take it back. Oh no, it's been about 8 minutes. Yeah, because they did that speed up part. So yeah. So you figure it's 8 minutes, and just think if he'd have sustained a jugular vein or something, or a major artery stab or cut, and you only got 8 minutes already ran off the clock before somebody even gets there. This ain't medical that's there. This is just a fellow officer. 8 minutes is a long time, bro, especially when you're trying not to bleed out. All this shit then went down in 8 minutes. So, and then let's see from the actual stabbing how long that was from when she actually got his ass. Was that about 3 minutes maybe? Nope. About 6 minutes. Yeah. Yep, from 21, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, about 4 minutes. So 4 minutes of fucking around and 4 minutes of being stabbed. Here we are.
I'm just lightheaded.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay. Do you have any other injuries?
I don't know.
I don't have any other gloves.
And my thing is this, it's so fucked up that you have to administer aid to this person because they're technically the most injured person because they've been shot. And I'm glad that this dude is still okay to where they don't have to provide that immediate care to him. He didn't suffer something in that was that serious, but yeah.
Yeah, rescue here.
Fire department, need to know if they can come in now.
What's up, trucker?
Come inside.
Take care of him. I got it.
Okay. Pete, do you have any injuries on you other than your face?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Was that the knife she had?
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, you're not cut anywhere. Where is she shot?
Multiple times. Upper torso.
Upper torso.
I might shot her in the head. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Good job. Go ahead.
You hit?
I still like a cut somewhere in the head.
You good?
Yeah.
You okay?
I just lightheaded.
Hell no,
You
man.
injured your
Okay.
head?
I said she cut me in the head.
I'm sorry?
I said she cut me in the head.
She cut you in the head?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now, here's two more things before I wrap this up. Number one, you're talking about, because there could be somebody that's going to say, and I just got to acknowledge this. There's somebody that's going to watch this and say, oh, shit, man, that come with the job, man. Shit. Motherfucker might get stabbed or some shit, man. That happens. You got to be willing to take that on. You going to be the police. You're right and you're wrong and you're stupid as fuck. Because here's the thing. Yes, there is always an assumption of danger or the potential worst case scenario of losing your life. However, it shouldn't be to where it's just easily accepted and it just happens. It needs to be something that is completely unavoidable. And this could have been completely unavoidable. So that's number one. Number two, I'm sorry, I got three things. Number two, this person has literally little to no knife skills. And she was able to deliver a blow or several blows to the face. Not to mention, wherever, I don't know if he got cut anywhere else, but it definitely looks like she was able to get to his face and she had little to no knife wielding experience. Imagine if you got a motherfucker in this same scenario that has knife training, knife skills. Imagine a motherfucker like this that got one of them karambit knives. You know, one of them knives that look like a velociraptor claw, razor sharp, that's meant to dismember and fucking maim and literally end someone. Imagine if you had that kind of training. This person would be dead. And that's what he doesn't realize. Or didn't at this point in time. He would have been dead if that woman had that much of knife experience or knife training, his goose would have been cooked and his ass would have been out of here. Because she was able to get that close to where she was able to strike him in the face. All because he hesitated. And my last thing, number three, to those really, really smart, woke folks that's out here in the world, what do you think would have happened had they showed up with a mental health person, a mental health liaison? What do you think would happen to that person? The person that's going to use their de-escalation skills. I have mental health training in this particular area of mental health issues. I have training for this. How do you talk somebody off a ledge when they come out the door wielding a knife at you? Well, they could have paired them both up as a team. They could have both went and de-escalated. How do you de-escalate that? I would love to know. I would love to see it in action. I want to see the person that does that get de-escalated. I want to see the psychiatrist or the psychologist or the de-escalation trainer show how you de-escalate that. Because you can't. And the reason being is that these people are mentally disturbed to the point to where they want to end their lives, suicide by cop, or they want to cause harm and wreak as much havoc and pain on others until they are stopped. That's just what that is. UFO says, got cut by a chainsaw while in fully extended bucket truck back when I did forestry work. Windshield had blood all over it by the time I folded it up and reached the ground. Exactly. People don't understand how quickly you can bleed out. They just don't. Like when all of these stupid motherfuckers were saying that Donald Trump faked that assassination attempt. Man, you ain't that much blood coming from your ear, man. That's bullshit. Stupid ass motherfuckers were saying that shit. No, that's exactly how that shit happens. You saw how much blood came from his face, didn't you? That's the difference in how people who watch too much fucking TV don't realize what real life is like. You ain't never seen a motherfucker who just got stabbed. I've seen motherfuckers get stabbed, shot, and I've seen the shit in real time, not on TV, not on motherfucking YouTube. Nope. I'm talking about being on the streets deep in the valley of the Wild Wild Hundreds, motherfucker. I've seen motherfuckers get fucked up for real, so I know how quick the shit can go left. You get sliced, and before you know it, you do this. 30 seconds later, it's a pool of blood on your ass. And you're like, where the fuck is all this blood coming from? Yeah, that motherfucking cut. Yeah, motherfucker hit that artery. Yeah, that's what I said. That artery. That's the difference with this. And when you got somebody who's a mental health professional standing in, all you doing is adding another victim to be in the way of getting fucked up. Because if it was me, and I went on that call with that mental health facility person, I'd be like, go ahead, man. Police and mental health. Go ahead. Step your ass up. Step your ass on up there. I'll be right here, tuck ready. So I can shoot this crazy motherfucker if they do some wild shit, but go ahead, do your thing. That's exactly what I'd have been. If you don't want the police to shoot and kill your loved ones, y'all need to go take care of them people yourself. Get your ass over there with a mental health person and go and take care of them people yourself. It is not my job, and it is not the job of law enforcement to help you with your crazy ass kinfolk. It's just not. This is a personal responsibility. This is a family, domestic issue. Take care of your own, and you ain't got to worry about the police shooting none of your kinfolk. Just saying. Trucker said knives are way more dangerous than guns. Cut a big hole in a person or slice a big cut, lose tons of blood faster than a bullet. I am more afraid of getting stabbed than I am of getting shot. Fatal injury aside, because I mean, you get shot in the head, you get shot in the head. That's it. You get shot in, shot in your stomach or whatever, but shot in the stomach, stabbed in the stomach. Shot in the arm, stabbed in the arm. I am more afraid of getting stabbed than I am getting shot. That's just me. I don't like knives. I don't like needles. If a motherfucker pulls out a knife on me, they literally have seconds, very few seconds of time left on earth. Because I will not fuck around to find out. I promise you that. And this is one of the things I'm saying to these officers out here. I understand the climate. I understand that you all are in situations to where you're under a microscope and these people are willing to prosecute you and boycott you, and you got your Ben Crumps and shit showing up at the drop of a dime the minute somebody feels some kind of way. But I tell you, you all have got to stop fucking around with your lives so that you can stay politically correct. Because political correctness will change, and that shit will go any way the wind blows. Don't put your life on the line fucking around and trying to be on the, I gave him so many chances. Nope. There's just some things that you don't play around with. A person that has a knife that is within 21 feet of you is definitely one of them. And it shouldn't take for you to get stabbed. It shouldn't take for you to get cut, or it shouldn't take for you to suffer some type of injury before you can defend yourself. Because at the end of the day, if y'all didn't call in for this welfare check, and if this crazy son of a bitch didn't come to the door with a knife, everybody would still be living their lives like it's golden, as Jill Scott would say. And when you don't do it that way, and when you do things like this is the outcome. And thank God that this officer made it, but he didn't deserve to get cut. And if things would have went way left, he would not have deserved to die being in this situation where he's doing his job, serving the public. I hope he gets some type of compensation and some medal and acknowledgement for this, for what he did. I wouldn't have put myself in that type of danger like that. But salute to you, officer. I'm so glad you made it. If you have a family, I'm so glad that you get to go home to them, because this very easily could have turned the other way around and been to where there were 2 funerals coming up after this particular service call. It could have very easily been that way. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. It looks like I had the goal of doing this within 1 hour, and I think I made it. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. Please click the like button, click the share. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I love y'all. Till next time. Peace, and I'm out.